So YouTube decided to give me my very own canon event recently via the complete termination of my YouTube account and channel. Why? Because of a "this is sus" joke in my BattleBit Remastered review. In terms of a timeline of events, this is what happened. My BattleBit video got age restricted and so I appealed. It got denied, so I asked YouTube support for help on Twitter as I had obviously assumed it was a mistake. The video clearly did not break TOS in my eyes and thousands of other people's. Then whoever was dealing with my appeal struck down the video without the knowledge of YouTube's own staff, as they were clearly completely unaware of this, since the Twitter support person merely responded stating that the video will remain age restricted. As such, I asked them for help again as they were now replying to a completely different issue. Then, my channel with 172,000 subscribers was completely deleted, again seemingly without YouTube support being aware of this. After appealing the termination through the proper means, they rejected it. Finally, after this whole ordeal, the official creator liaison for YouTube forwarded the information proving the ban was false to YouTube support, and it was later reversed today. Now, I'm not quite sure what on earth was going on at YouTube since the support teams were completely oblivious to each other's actions, but I am more than convinced no human ever took a look at my channel until I made a fuss on Twitter, of course. And then after I did, it would appear that 17 people looked at my channel to confirm if there was sex or nudity on it, of which there never was. Luckily, as you can tell, YouTube has in fact decided to reverse the decision. If you want to see why, simply go to my Twitter where I posted it to showcase to the creator liaison that I did not in fact break any TOS. Unfortunately, although my channel has been reinstated, the BattleBit Remastered review will remain deleted, as for some reason they still believe it broke TOS. It clearly didn't, but frankly I am merely happy to simply have my channel back, so I don't particularly care all too much, and will simply edit out anything they could possibly have an issue with, re-upload the video tomorrow at 6 PM in the UK, and pray it gets even a similar amount of the views as my original video did, which got 45,000 views. But why was it such a pain in my backside to get this channel termination, of which was abundantly clear to be ludicrous? Well, there is one very apparent issue with what happens after channel termination. Google does not pay you the money they initially owed you for whatever amount of time and money was set to be sent to you prior to the ban, as they refund the money directly to advertisers. Now, this is in fairness likely a means of avoiding legal litigation, since advertisers would have technically paid for something that is no longer being done. However, it creates a downright astronomical problem, and it's, from my observation, the reason behind their supposed correct method of appealing channel termination seemingly being bogus. If you take one look on Twitter and search for everyone atting Team YouTube, you will see countless, and I mean a goddamn countless number of people contacting support for allegedly wrongful termination related to exactly what I experienced, being banned for sex and nudity violations without that type of content ever being present on my channel. So due to the money they have to move around when you file the appeal through the completely legitimate system, it is almost certainly a bot for smaller creators and apparently even myself. It also appears to be the case that almost no one gets their termination overruled through this process. Again, almost certainly due to that very specific piece of information I presented earlier. Rather than them having to go through the effort of moving around potentially thousands of dollars for the thousands of channels terminated every single day, the solution I can tell exists from what I have gone through during this whole ordeal is that the official means of appeal doesn't really appear to be completely legitimate. The only way for me to have seemingly gotten my channel restored was through the help of channels with millions of subscribers like Angry Joe, who informed his YouTube contact of the situation, Asmongold, who was going to do the same thing if it wasn't undone, and the Atman, who was helping behind the scenes, along with the thousands of people on Twitter who blew this up to the point where they actually gave a shit. Now, that is not to say YouTube is bad or everyone at YouTube is bad, as I believe the main reason for my termination being overruled was the creator liaison for YouTube backing me up on Twitter and forwarding the fact my ban was BS to the support team. This appears to be yet another situation where YouTube's backed into a corner, legally speaking, and as such, the appeal system is purposely convoluted to the point of insanity in order to avoid any potential legal ramifications. Not to mention, almost this exact situation also ironically happened to yet another large content creator like myself named Hearts Again, who randomly had their channel terminated for sex and nudity, but only got it overturned when there was mass outrage on Twitter. So what do I plan to do from this point onwards? Well, continue as usual, just with less "this is sus" jokes. Apparently those aren't allowed anymore. And for the unruly annoying motherfuckers who thought it were appropriate to be begging for me to move the old tag during this entire fiasco, the answer is and will forever be no. Those sites are not only infested with the likes of neo-Nazis and alt-right antics in general, but they are also simply not actual competitors to YouTube, or even a remotely viable alternative in any way whatsoever. I will also never move to Twitch because it is a total shithole with zero discoverability for anyone who isn't wildly famous. If you guys do want to support the channel in any way, the best form is via joining the channel. Something I of course actively discourage since I don't want to log anything behind it, and as a result it isn't exactly what I'd classify as a good deal. But I am consistently pestered about making a Patreon. I have no interest in that. YouTube memberships are just far easier to sort out for myself and for viewers, so if you want to support the channel, you can join the channel, but you don't really get anything out of it. The highest tier and the lowest tier, which is like $1, give you the exact same stuff, which is an exclusive channel on my Discord server and exclusive emotes you can use during live streams, but I rarely live stream, so it's kind of just pointless, even for $1. I also want to give a massive thanks to developers of BattleBit Remastered for reaching out and helping to get this resolved. You guys made a truly phenomenal game and are genuinely true chads. And as I also stated on Twitter, please, for the love of God, do not feel any sort of obligation for my situation. You guys never did anything wrong. This was purely a dumb decision on YouTube's part. Your game is awesome and you obviously never even contributed to this. It was a clip of 2 players in a game and your game doesn't feature sex or nudity. Not that that would matter. Again, you guys never did anything wrong here. And for anyone watching, go fucking buy BattleBit Remastered right now. Go do it now. To put it into perspective of how good this game is, my entire channel was almost terminated over it because YouTube apparently couldn't handle how fire the game was. I would start a conspiracy theory about 2099 hacking in and then wanting to give me a canon event, but you know, I'm gonna do my own thing here. I'm not taking part in that canon bullshit. Overall, this is a very messy situation of which should have frankly never happened, and I still don't really have a full explanation as to why it even happened, but at least my channel's back, so there's that. The whole situation is rather baffling, and really I just want to move on from it as quickly as possible through getting this explanation out of the door, so that my viewers who weren't following my Twitter or weren't in the Discord to even know my channel got terminated for a few days have some form of an explanation. With all that out of the way, we've finally come to the end of the video, and so I better see you all watching the edited version of my BattleBit Remastered review tomorrow, which will be up at 6 PM UK time. So please do not forget to do all the things YouTubers love to beg you to do, aka check out the Discord server, of course the Twitters, in order to see what got me banned so you don't repeat the same mistake, along with liking the video, commenting on the video, and subscribing to the channel, so that I'll see you all in the next video. Again, for the last time, thank you all for the support.